Uh, uh, wow. It's hard to surprise me in college football anymore. We've had so many weird and strange things happen over the past 2 to 3 years. The COVID season, NIL, transfer portal, SEC expansion, Texas and Oklahoma leaving the Big 12, potential playoff expansion. It's very hard to surprise me anymore. But if this is true about Southern Cal and UCLA, wow, is all I can say. I'm sorry if you hear that noise, by the way. They're doing yard work out there. I normally wait until they're done to record videos, but I just heard this news about Southern Cal and UCLA, so I have to come on here real quick and give my thoughts on it. I just literally just uploaded a South Carolina game-by-game prediction video, so check that out if you're interested. But what a big boy move by the Big Ten if this is true. There's some Big Ten haters out there. I don't know what to say. I'm so tired of arguing with the Big Ten haters anymore. I can't stand it. The Big Ten is a legitimate power football conference. Yes, I think the SEC over the last 15 to 20 years has been the best conference in college football, with a few exceptions in a year, maybe here or there. I think the SEC's been the best. The Big Ten is clearly the second best conference, and it's not that big of a gap between the Big Ten and the SEC. The Big Ten is a legitimate conference, and if this is true, adding Southern Cal and UCLA, and again, people are, oh, Southern Cal ain't done nothing in 15 years. UCLA ain't done nothing. These are two big brands. There are not that many big brands left to gobble up in the world of college football. If you're the Big Ten, of course, Notre Dame was dangling around forever. They've sort of escaped to the ACC. They're half in, half out the ACC. This tells me the Big Ten's given up on that. They're going to go to 16 teams. They got 14 now. They're going to go to 16 if this is true and add Southern Cal and UCLA. And this is huge. It makes the Big Ten really the first national conference in all of college football. You know, you say what you want about Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC. That's the Midwest. That's halfway. That's half the country. You're going to have Southern Cal traveling to Pennsylvania to play Penn State. You're going to have Maryland traveling to Los Angeles to play UCLA. This will be the first truly national college football conference if this is true. And this adds two big legitimate brands to the Big Ten. Let's not forget, I know we focus on football here, and Lord knows, college basketball is not good for anything to me except for trolling Tennessee fans. That's it. I do like March Madness. It's exciting. So let's not forget, though, UCLA, a basketball powerhouse. And, yes, conferences still care about basketball. Basketball is a money generating sport. It's a plus revenue sport. It's not swimming. You're not losing money in college basketball. So this is a huge deal for the Big Ten in general. Now, obviously, I'm going to focus on the football side of things here because that's what I do. This is a football channel. This is a huge deal. Southern Cal has been asleep for 15 years. But like some other programs, they're never more than a year or two away from becoming dominant again in the world of college football. All it takes, the right recruiting and the right coach. That's it. And Southern Cal's got a coach, whatever you think about Lincoln Riley, he's proven he's got the ability to win 10, 11, 12 games a year. I know he's old for in the playoffs, but look, who's made it to the playoffs more than Lincoln Riley? Not even Kirby. Dabo and Saban. That's it. No one else has made more playoff appearances than Lincoln Riley. He's in Southern Cal now, which yesterday was no man's land, Pac-12. If they join the Big Ten, it's on like Donkey Kong, as the kids used to say. This is a huge deal for the Big Ten. This is a big boy move. This is a big boy move if this is true. And the rumors I'm reading on Twitter and other places is that it's all but a done deal. It's just a formality at this point, and I even read where a press conference is expected to happen in the next 24 hours. This is around the time of year last year when we all found out that Texas and Oklahoma were leaving the Big 12 and headed to the SEC. So this appears to be the time of year where teams decide to make these types of things known. But this is a big deal. The Big Ten is not playing around. The Big Ten's not playing around. The SEC and the Big Ten right now are separating themselves from the rest of college football. And I don't just mean in terms of football wins and losses. When you look at TV contracts, the ACC is circling the drain. Whoever signed that TV contract, whoever negotiated that TV contract for the ACC ought to be drawn and quartered. honestly. Pathetic. It doesn't expire till like 2036. You're already making half of what the SEC and the Big Ten are making. Not good. The Big Ten, what do you think this is going to do to Big Ten television revenue? This is going to open up not just the LA market where these two schools are. This is going to open up every TV market in the West for the Big Ten. Do you have any idea how many Southern Cal fans there are west of the Mississippi? Especially when Southern Cal is doing good, doing well. This is a huge deal. The Big Ten is about to rake it in with both fists when it comes to money and TV deals. And again, I don't think you can overestimate how big of a deal this is, just strictly from a football standpoint, to add Southern Cal and UCLA to the Big Ten. You have got multiple legitimate top 25 programs. I'm not talking about how good a team is in a given year. I'm talking about top 25 programs almost all the time and positioned to stay that way as far in the future as you can see. Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State. If Nebraska ever gets rolling, they've got the ability. Wisconsin averages 10 wins a year over the last 15 years. The list goes on and on. You add Southern Cal to that, that's automatically the potential for another 10-win team. UCLA, it's been a while. I'll admit it's been a while, but go back and look at the AP rankings from 20 years ago. Now, 20 years is a long time, but it's not like that was black and white TV days. I'm talking late 90s, early 2000s, UCLA was a top 5 team. They've got the ability to do it. They've proven it. This is a huge deal. The Big Ten moving to 16 teams, same as the SEC once Texas and Oklahoma join. Now, I've got no idea when this might happen. I don't know as far as Southern Cal and UCLA, their contract with the Pac-12, I've got no clue if that thing's expiring in a year or 10 years. Maybe. I'm literally making this video the minute I heard the news. I've done no research on it. This is just raw reaction to me literally finding out 30 seconds before I hit record on this video that it's all but a done deal, Southern Cal and UCLA coming to the Big Ten. So I don't know if this is something that they would plan for. This won't be 2023 in my opinion. It's too close to 2023. I think 2024 at the earliest. Maybe they wait until the current playoff structure expires in 2025. Maybe that's when Texas and Oklahoma make the move. Maybe that's when Southern Cal and UCLA now make the move to the Big Ten. But Big Ten going to have 16 teams. SEC going to have 16 teams. The ACC better do something. The ACC had better do something quick, fast, and in a hurry. 14 teams, 14 and a half teams if you count Notre Dame. Look, you know what's going to happen to the ACC? This is my warning to the ACC commissioner if he's watching this video, and I'm pretty sure that he is. You better expand. You better get on the plane right now, fly to South Bend, Indiana, Notre Dame, get on your hands and knees, and do whatever it takes to get Notre Dame fully into the ACC, and then you better find another team somewhere. Whoever that team is, you better do it, and you better get out of that TV contract, because if you don't, here's what I see the ACC doing right now. The ACC is a couple of bad decisions away from being the Big 12 4 years ago, and that's not good. Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12 not because they're in love with the SEC, but because the Big 12 was sitting on its laurels. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. The Big 12 was doing nothing. They had 10 teams while everybody else had 12, 14, or now 16. They were doing nothing. Texas and Oklahoma got tired of carrying the Big 12, and they bounced to the SEC. My warning to the ACC fans and the ACC commissioner, Florida State, Miami, and Clemson are not going to waddle around in the ACC while y'all continue to do nothing and earn half of what every other school and every other conference is earning. They're not going to do it. They're not going to stay in the ACC while y'all muddle around 14 teams, beating a bunch of things called Pitt, Wake Forest, Syracuse, Boston College, all these podunk teams. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And people are going to say, Florida State terrible. Okay, Florida State's terrible today. It ain't going to last forever. Florida State, Clemson, and Miami are 3 national and worldwide brands in the world of college football. Much like Texas and Oklahoma. Texas ain't been shit in 15 years. They're still a huge brand and a huge moneymaker. Clemson, Florida State, and Miami are the same way. And the ACC is going to go the way of the Big 12 in that they're going to lose their marquee teams if they don't start doing what these other conferences are doing. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind, period. You better be at Notre Dame on your hands and knees. You blew your golden opportunity in 2020, the COVID year. Notre Dame would have had to play nothing but group of 5 teams had the ACC not given in. The ACC completely gave in. Every conference decided to play only conference games. That left Notre Dame with their ass in the air. And what did the ACC do? Oh, don't worry, Notre Dame. We'll let you into the ACC for this 1 year. We know you don't want to be in here after that, though, but please come join us just for this. No, you should have held their feet over the fire and said, you want to play an ACC schedule this year? Join the ACC permanently and full time. That was your leverage, and you blew it. You better find something else. You better get Notre Dame into the ACC full time in football, and you better find another program somewhere to add to make it to 16, because I am telling you, with the way college football is headed, with all the changes we've already seen and all the changes we're going to see over the next 3 to 4 years, if you're flatlining, you're dying. And that's what the ACC appears to be doing right now. Doing away with divisions? Great. Whee! Golf clap. You better start adding some teams. The Big Ten and the ACC are pulling away. They're pulling away. Oh, well, Clemson this and Clemson that, and Miami's on the way up. Yeah, all of that is true. It's not going to last if the ACC as a whole is treading water. You better get on a plane to Notre Dame and beg them, and you better find another team to add and go to 16. You better get serious with these TV contracts. And I know the ACC, oh my God, basketball, and you pretend to be an academic conference, whatever. Hey, great. You can be an academic conference playing teams like South Florida and Tulane every year if you don't get on the good foot.